Welcome to episode 13 of the Webcomic Beacon Presents First Issue.
I'm Marcus.
I'm Melissa.
And I'm Fes. This week, Legion Lost, number 1 from DC Comics.
It is. Oh, it's just that we are.
We haven't been doing an analysis of the cover for the past two.
Oh, fuck. Oh, well, whatever.
Oh, well.
Let's do it now.
Well, let's do a quick analysis.
Oh, Christ!
Real quick retro analysis for episodes
Jesus, I
11
hate
and
you.
12. Just real quick.
Batgirl's awesome.
Batgirl's awesome. It's
Batgirl.
a Adam Hughes cover. Adam Hughes does nice work.
And it's Batgirl. It looks great. You get it. There's bats everywhere. She's a girl. Batgirl.
And she looks like she's having a blast.
Yeah. I would totally, go out and fight crime with her, I guess.
Well,
yeah.
But
Although, is that a bat pendant or is one, actually just really close to her chin? It's really tiny.
I think that's a pendant.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, wait, there's this little, over here.
Yeah, that's
That's
Adam
a
Hughes.
signature.
Oh, I thought there was somebody off panel screaming.
No,
Actually, that would be
that's
cool,
Adam Hughes.
too. But,
Bats! I mean, bats.
or help me. But either way, yeah.
No, that's Adam Hughes.
It's Adam Hughes. The people signed their artwork.
What's really funny is if you see Gene Haas sign his work.
Yeah, ha! Yeah.
He totally apes Adam Hughes'.
Of course,
thing.
but it's awesome.
So, alright, so back for the last episode, Justice League International cover. Very generic.
Yeah.
Coming at the reader,
It's like everybody's here.
And, Batman, just because,
Justice League looked a lot better than this.
Yeah, well, the idea is, if you know who these people are and you're one of the older readers, you're like, oh my god, Ice is there, Fire's there, Green Guy Gardner's there, Booster Gold, and 4 more people, and Batman, yeah, Batman!
Hey,
and
Vixen's there. Vixen's awesome.
I remember Vixen very, very, very briefly. It's I think she die in a crossover at some point, and that's the one time I've seen her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Legion Lost cover.
Well, we're going to be.
Well,
So lost.
the cover, I actually like this cover.
It's a good cover.
It's
nothing wrong with the cover.
got this background of this kind of endless stuff that they're just kind of popping out of, and it's this sort of the lighting seems really cool. It's really well done on all the characters coming up from the light source and up, and it's just kind of
it's really good
we're in the middle of some shit now, and
yeah.
It's a beautiful piece of artwork.
It's a very good use of blue too, without making it sleepy, because everyone else contrasts with it.
Yeah.
and that's especially in the title doesn't get lost in the background.
Yeah, nice, very stark red with the white that's kind of splattered like graffiti.
Yeah,
or something.
and see, the thing is here is you look at this bug guy down here, and some of these, the way the placement of the characters against the blue background is obviously intentional.
Oh yeah.
Because if he had this other bug guy over to the side, he might blend a little bit too much. Because he's mostly blue.
Yeah, it would have been too much red in one spot on top of that with his hat.
Right.
And 3 characters
So,
with red.
very
they
well
have a nice
constructed
triangle
cover.
position. Yeah.
Legion's Lost. Well, Legion Lost. God damn it. So, let's see here. We start with, I know nothing of this. I don't know how well known these guys are known in the DC universe.
If you're over 50,
absolutely
you know every
nothing.
single one of them, and you'll kick my ass for suggesting that we don't.
Well, I don't know. So,
No one does.
Yeah, I sure don't.
Are half of them even named in this? I assume that they must be, but
They work. I think they
tell.
work most of the character names into the
sweet.
dialogue.
I didn't
Yeah.
even pay...
But the characters aren't really well established. There's a certain assumption that you already know.
I'm guessing there's
who
assumption
these
you've been reading
characters
this.
are.
Like from what people who I know who are far older and presumably wiser than I, is that this is actually just the next issue from the Legion Lost story that had been going previously, that it was just sort of brought into the New 52 with essentially no effort to make it an actual number 1. The idea was just
it gives people a starting point.
Does it?
Well, for people they're coming in, okay, so
Well,
you got this group, they just kind of appear and they crash land at something, so...
Yeah, you get that idea, but then they just hit the ground running as though you know what the fuck's going on,
Well,
or who
I
they
suppose,
are.
but you don't need to start every single number 1 with their origin story.
Well, most of them don't.
But the thing is, this book even assumes that you know what the Legion is.
Which
There is
is-
absolutely no explanation of what's going on whatsoever. So if
Yeah.
you're going into this cold, you have no hope.
Yeah, this is the hand wave. It's a number 1.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
I was
You
gonna-
do not already know Legion.
Yeah.
I vaguely know Legion. Legion, I was frickin' lost.
What I didn't notice here is apparently they land in Red Lake Falls, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I didn't know
great.
that, which is cool. So, and
Hey,
we're all
Minnesota.
from Minnesota too.
Yeah,
So
I smiled when I saw that. It's a region
Yay.
I am familiar
Minnesota.
I could go there.
Actually,
like, in 3 hours.
I think Red Lake is the only thing in this entire book I recognized. Or even understood, to be honest with you, because the characters that I did kind of get introduced to, it's very much like the opposite of bad exposition, where bad exposition would be like, as you know, Dr. Brandt, you are a great scientist, and yada, yada, yada. Instead, because all the characters know each other, they behave as though they all know each other,
Yeah.
and know what's going on, which ordinarily would be good if you could work exposition into there, but there's no attempt to actually work the exposition into there. It's like everyone knows what they're doing, they know what's happening. There are things that they are confused about, but there are things that you're confused about too. And,
Yeah.
spoiler, 2 characters end up getting killed at some point, and they treat it like you're supposed to fucking know or care that this occurred. And as a matter of fact, there are other books in which, from the same basic universe, that bring it up, and they're like, oh my god, I can't believe they're dead. And I'm like, I can't believe you know their names. Who the fuck was that? You know, like, I'm not going to say who it is, but there's like 2 characters dying, and you're meant to care. And if you had been reading since, you know, Cosmic Boy, Saturn Girl, and the rest visited Superman in the 1950s, certainly you care, because I'm sure you were introduced to them in 1973, and you've been reading them ever since, and you give a shit because they're a part of you. They're people you've been reading for decades. I don't know anything about this. This is supposed to be a number 1. You didn't make me know. You didn't teach me anything, and you didn't even attempt to make me care. I guess that's why I said, like, I guess the idea was this is just continuing from the previous issue. And if you had been reading, then this is just the next logical point. You know, it's just the next issue. The problem is it got absorbed into these new number 1s because everything this month had to be number 1. So this got number 1 tacked onto it, and unfortunately it's not really written like a number 1. It's written like a continuation of a story, which I'm sure is fine if you were following it prior to this issue.
Yeah,
Right.
the biggest problem with this is like I see a lot of potential. I see, look, just looking at the cover, I see all these different types of
Oh, it looks great.
this
Cover made me
mishmash and
pick this up. I
of
was
different
happy.
types of people. It's like it's not so much different abilities, but also different forms.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Very
not
different
it's not
characters.
like some Saturday morning cartoon with your all from different countries, different characters,
Yeah, it's
but you
like-
got different beings in
It's
here.
like
Yeah.
Justice League Intergalactic.
Yeah, and I
we
guess
don't need another Justice League in
Well,
this
that's-
DC 52.
That's essentially the idea behind
Yeah.
the Legion, though.
Yeah.
Every planet's got like people on there who have extraordinary powers. Some of them, their entire planet has powers. I think most of them actually. They're just like good specimens from there. But all that aside, yeah. What?
I'm really bummed out that I didn't connect with this book because the artwork is great.
Oh my God, yes.
The artwork is just
Holy
wonderful.
shit, the art is amazing.
The line work, the coloring, everything. It is a very nice looking book. So if you're already following Legion and you're already a fan of this property,
Oh, you're gonna be having a great time.
This
man.
is-
This is perfect.
I think this will be fun.
This would be a great like issue 17 or something.
yeah.
It'll be just fine. But the problem is they had to label it as a number 1 because of basically marketing reasons. From what I
Right,
understand.
right.
So the problem is, I would say it fails as a number 1, but as a number X, wherever they actually had left off,
Right.
just fine.
Yes, I have to agree. I'd say it fails as a number 1.
There's just so much happening. There's not enough for the new reader to really get a hold of what's going on. I see a lot of wasted potential as a number 1 and as a number 1. What do you guys say?
I'm
At least
saying
it fails, sorry.
I'm saying it's a disappointing fail. Yes.
Yeah, it's
I'd love to have seen it succeed.
yeah, it's a very good issue 17, very bad issue 1. That's all.
I want to say meh.
You can say
You can say, man,
loud.
we're not. You don't have to all
okay.
agree. If we all agreed, then we have a problem.
I want to say meh because I mean because I am a brand new reader. You
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
you guys are at least somewhat familiar with these.
Not with these characters.
Somewhat familiar that they
Are
exist.
you crazy?
That they exist.
In a very vague sense, I'm
Yeah.
aware that there are characters who exist under this name.
I think your mileage will vary. Obviously, if you're a brand new reader, you
Oh, yeah.
might be interested enough.
But you might want to find out more.
You might want to find out more, but as a number 1, it really does fail.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to fail. Legion lost. Sorry. Number 1 from DC Comics.